What's going on, internet? It is I. It is the Masked Man. If you don't know what the Masked Man means, or you don't know why I chose that name, it means I'm so real that I should be wearing a mask, but I'm so gangster that I don't have to. Um, in this video, I will be doing another viewer email. Um, so I'm gonna read the whole thing, then I'm gonna comment on it. So here we go. Hey, Mr. Maskman. Oh, and this is from hashtag nameless. Hey, Mr. Maskman, back with another topic. What makes meeting new people difficult? What makes making new friends difficult? Do you believe it is tied to our culture? Is it difficult by nature? Is it difficult by nurture? Do you think in a different culture or society that meeting new people or making new friends would be easier? Well, I'm gonna cut it right there. Um, I think making friends with people is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, and it's been because of my social awkwardness. I have trouble with the relevance of me stepping to somebody I don't know and trying to have a conversation because I feel like there's nothing important enough for me to waste somebody's time to interrupt their day about. So it makes me feel very subconscious. Like in the back of my mind, I feel like I'm gonna walk up to somebody and they're just gonna start going off on me, or talking. They're just gonna berate me for even asking them a question. But I'm getting over that a little bit now because I have to, because it's my business to engage people. It's my business to talk to people, and little by little, I'm trying to chop that away. But I think there's an element to it being nature and nurture, because I grew up in a household where people were yelling and screaming at each other all the time. So, and it wasn't any violence or like that, just bickering, just little bickering going on all the time. So that probably is why I'm a little shell shocked when it comes to talking to people. Let's continue the email. Is it easier to meet new black people, or is it easier to meet people of other races or cultures? Are we helping this today? What I mean is, black culture has a history of calling fellow black people brother and sister, right? Do you feel like a brother? Why, yes, I do feel like a brother. Do you feel a black person you haven't met is your brother or sister? Yes, I do. They are my brother and they are my sister. Is it a thing of the past, or is it still relevant today? It's probably, kind of a thing of the past. I don't think people have as deep a connection as they used to have. But when you call on that blackness, they respond. People respond to it. Finally, how much fear is there in finally, how much fear is there of superficial or insincere relationships? It's common to fear rejection, but what I mean is fear of a short-term relationship. Popular people may feel this way, how everyone wants to know them while they're famous, but after their 15 minutes are up, so are their so are their friendships. Thoughts? Well, hashtag nameless. Well, I just think it's really hard to make friends, with people you meet on the street. And I even had an idea for creating a website that dealt with something like that, helping grown adults make new friends in their own city. But it's a hard thing to do, to make friends with people, because people are so tight. People don't even believe you want to have a conversation with them until you really press them. So I really like this question because it deals at the heart of what I'm going through. I created a YouTube channel to make friends in real life. And so far I've made a few, they're my sister's friends, and I don't know how much of a friend they consider me, but I don't even have their number, and I don't know if they have mine. So when building relationships, when building friendships, I really think You just have to put yourself out there. You just have to deal with the rejection. You just have to deal with how uncomfortable it is to talk to somebody for more than a, hey, how you doing? And you got to select who you want to talk to and go up and start a conversation. But I wish it was easier. I wish it was less pressure involved in those social interactions. But you'll find out as you deal with people that people aren't that bad. People aren't that bad. They aren't that mean. They aren't that cold. They want to be engaged as much as you want to be engaged, as much as you want to engage them. And a lot of times they'll spare a minute or two to talk to you so you can have your pitch. Like when I talk to people, I like talking to them about my business. I like saying, hey, how you doing? Have you ever heard of YouTube? And then go from there. That's how I start. That's how I start building now. If I see a pretty girl, I'm not going to do nothing with you, bitch. I want your damn name. But if I see a pretty girl and I want to talk to her, I'm just going to say, hey, how you doing? Can I ask you a question? Have you ever heard of YouTube? Do you go to YouTube? Will you check out my video? Blah, blah. I got a business. I got a reason to talk to them. I got a reason to address them. I'm not addressing them because, man, I really want some pussy or a guy. I'm not addressing him like, man, I really want him to be my homie. It's a sincere thing. I need people to watch me in order for my business to grow. I need that to happen. So when I address people in real life about that YouTube shit, it enables me to deal with them and not be afraid of a consequence, because it's only business. They weren't knocking me. They were knocking the fact that I had a business that they didn't agree with. So I don't know. Me and friends, ask me this question in another year or two to see how I feel about making friends with people. I think I have a lot more intel and I have a lot more experience with that than I do now, because so far I'm still at zero friends. And I don't want to insult the people who have been helping me. I don't have their number. I can't call them when I want to call them. They don't have my number. They don't call me. So I don't know how tight we are. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Let me know what you think about what I had to say. Leave it in the comments. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, be honest. Subscribe to my channel to keep up with the videos that I'm making. If there's a video you want me to make, or if there is a subject you want me to cover, send me an email. TheMrMaskman@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter at TheMrMaskman. Now that is all that I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.